UFP, the United Federation of Podcasts.
Engage.
78 years have passed since the days of the original USS Enterprise. Now a new Galaxy starship has been designed.
Transporter Chief, beam our listeners aboard. Welcome to Galaxy Class, a Star Trek The Next Generation podcast on the United Federation of Podcasts Network. I am Diplomatic Standard Bearer Kevin Scharf. With me this week are Head of Head Colds, Joe Keegan, and a special guest, our special historical attaché, Chrissie De Clerck-Szilagyi. Hello.
Hello, thanks for having me on. Looking forward to this
happy
conversation.
To have you.
Hi Kevin, hi Chrissie. I wish I was the head of Starfleet Medical. But alas, I've been infected by that thing they still can't cure in the 24th century, so I've got a head cold and I just feel miserable. You can probably hear it, listeners.
Going around your school?
Yes, and I thought, we're all wearing masks, we've got great ventilation. No, we wash our hands like twice a minute. Do you know what I mean? So, why? And I've got a cold and I feel, and it's our September weekend, so I'm off Friday, Monday, so it's a holiday and I'm not well. It's absolutely miserable. But it did give me a chance to watch the first 2 episodes of Foundation.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, it's so good.
Good.
I don't think I've ever read the Asimov books, the Foundation series.
I did years ago.
I can't remember reading them. It sounds like something I probably would have read, but I don't think I have.
Psychohistory, right? That's the thing in it.
The ability to tell the future for large populations and foresee the downfall of the galactic empire. It's just very big and impressive looking.
Well, I am traveling by airplane next week, so I might save Foundation to watch on the plane. I think that might be what I do.
Do it. Cool.
Excellent. So, why don't we just get into it, our Batleth battle. I invited Chrissie here because we knew that Amy and Ria couldn't be here, and I don't think we can do a fair vote if we have an even number of people, or only 2. So, Chrissie is here, and I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for coming.
Like I said, I appreciate you opening up.
My pleasure.
Should be good.
Are we not doing feedback, Kevin?
I am going to move on to the feedback now, Joe.
Okay, sorry.
So let me say, let's check the communication array and see if we have any comments from our listeners.
Logs accessed.
We have some feedback on episode 57, which was our Science and TNG Part 2, from Nadim Bayati. Yay, more science. Looking forward to listening to this one. Thanks, Nadim.
I like the science episodes. They're fun.
I like talking about science.
And it proves that Joe actually knows stuff.
I think if you research what I say, you might find I just make it all up. I don't know.
Whatever works for you, Joe.
Okay, you guys did trivia last week, if I remember correctly, and Paul Wright Jr. said, "Wow, I must have way too much useless knowledge rattling around in my brain. I knew most of these answers easily. In fact, I was yelling, Tryla Scott, Captain Reeks, and Starbase Earhart at my phone." We all have had moments when we've felt that way listening to trivia.
And all 3 of those names were not in my head at all when Jim gave those questions, so... Good thing they weren't mine.
I feel mildly offended by Paul's comment.
Well, next time we'll have to have Paul on to challenge.
I think so.
Challenge you.
Yeah, well, in the moment and when in the competitive spirit, you're just sometimes your brain just goes blank. So, I did get Starbase Earhart though, by sheer fluke. Didn't I?
All that information is floating around in my brain somewhere. I just couldn't access it.
Oh.
Greg Molumby also commented about that episode, and he said, "I think I did pretty well on these questions. I knew the Tryla Scott answer, but Rix was a Bolian? I didn't know he was a Bolian, and they just changed the makeup. I thought he was another species. And also, we need to incorporate Mott into an episode of Galaxy Class somehow for for as little as he was in, I did get a kick out of the character.
Yeah.
Maybe
like
we do character profiles on minor characters. We'll eventually maybe make it all the way down to Mott.
To the depths. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You know,
And talk about
how well he trims sideburns, and if his wash set and style is up to par.
You know what? You'll see by that point, you'll just go into a machine, and it'll use like transporter technology to give you a new haircut.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Do we know that Mr. Mott is not a hologram in a holodeck that is also a salon?
We don't know that.
Interesting. Would the holodeck safeties not kick in and stop them and taking scissors to near Captain Picard's neck? I don't know.
True.
He doesn't have much hair to trim.
I know.
That's true. And I think he used that little like light snipper thing on him.
Yeah, it's like a mini phaser.
Like a laser trimmer.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I don't remember where I heard it. It was on one of the gazillion Trek podcasts. It might have even been on you guys. Somebody mentioned about how Mott must be terribly skilled, because if you think about all of the different types of hair and different for all the different species of aliens, and then you add like all the diplomatic events that happen on the Enterprise, and he's got to be able to take care of all that and have it all in his head. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember who said it, so if the person who said it is listening, my apologies for not crediting you.
Do you think that some species have like wire-like hair that requires really strong cutters?
Maybe like the hazer. I've named that device a hazer. Yeah, a hair phaser. It's interesting. Although, do you know what? I saw a meme a couple of weeks ago about if you ever get stuck on an alien planet and you're not well, you don't ask for a doctor, because the doctor will specialise in their own species medicine. So you ask for a vet, because the vet will have that general knowledge about kind of lots of different types of animals. So yeah, more for hair and styles, but Dr. Crusher just for any medical staff, just for having encyclopedic knowledge of many species that are on the ship.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, you know what else is interesting? It is our Batleth battle. So why don't we get into it right now? Okay.
This is the captain. Senior officers will report to my ready room immediately.
All right, so everybody knows by now how this works, because this is Batleth battle number 16, and we are talking about Captain's Holiday, which is from Season 3, and Dark Page from Season 7. 2 episodes will go in. We'll get to talk about them. We'll do a summary, talk about the guest stars and importance to Star Trek canon, and then we will pick between the three of us, because we gave ourselves the right to do that, which one is best.
Our podcast, our rules.
Exactly. So, who would like to start? Let's start with talking about Captain's Holiday. Who would like to do a brief summary of that episode? Anyone?
Well, I'll take that. And Chrissy, you want to take Dark Page, don't you? I've got a feeling.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So, in Captain's Holiday's Season 3, late on Season 3, Captain Picard has become very stressed and very tired by doing something like a negotiation or something, and he's just been working on the same thing for months and months and months, and the crew are kind of worried about him. He's not had a holiday in ages, so there's a bit of a conspiracy on board to get him to go on holiday between Riker, Troi and Crusher, and they eventually make him take a holiday to the pleasure planet of Risa. Then when he goes on this holiday... Oh, before that, Riker asks him to pick up a Horgon. And Captain Picard is completely clueless as to what Horgon is. And it's only halfway through the episode that he actually figures out, and then he needs to have words with Riker when he goes back. So he's enjoying his holiday wearing what looks like inflatable swim shorts. If you look closely, they look like padded cycle shorts. Or like something you attach an air pump to, then inflate. Maybe he can use them as a buoyancy device if he goes swimming or gets stuck out at sea. I'm not entirely sure. They're very TNG.
Okay.
They're like silver, kind of metallic with coloured stripes on it. Risa, people don't wear many clothes because it's like, I think it's the equivalent of us going to Cancun on vacation.
Yeah.
So he's enjoying his wee holiday. Then he gets embroiled in some kind of big future conspiracy. There's a device called a Hait, which is a 27th century quantum inhibitor device that can destroy stars. There's some weird aliens that look like they've got lots of fish gills all over their face. And there's a human archaeologist woman called Vash, who we see in a bunch of different episodes across TNG and Deep Space Nine. And it's the best holiday Captain Picard's ever had because he has this big adventure. And that's pretty much it. Really.
Yeah.
There you go.
I will add the perhaps apocryphal story that Patrick Stewart went to Gene Roddenberry and said the captain needs to get laid. And that's where the story came from.
Interesting.
Don't know if that's true or if it's just been going around forever, but...
Yes, I read that when I was doing my research for this too. And that story came out in a William Shatner interview, apparently, or on one of his audiobooks. He was
interesting.
Yeah, that's where that came out. And apparently, when the writers went to Roddenberry to pitch this idea, Roddenberry wanted it to be really filled with all kinds of sexual things. Like he wanted
surprise.
Gay couples in the background and people all over each other.
Perfect.
And
That's
the
good.
writers were like, "Okay, that's fine. We'll just tone it down for the network censors. This is 1990, so people weren't ready for that on supper time television."
Is this the same
No.
William Shatner
Although-
that's going to ride Jeff Bezos' big penis ship? And next
Yeah, I
month?
saw that yesterday.
That spaceship is just stupid looking. Google Blue Origin, people. Google Images, Blue Origin. It's just the stupidest looking spaceship ever. Anyways, okay, let's move on from that.
Yeah, if Roddenberry was asking for gay couples being shown, I think that's really great. Today was the first time that I have watched this and actually genuinely paid attention to it in a while. Because you know how that is. We're all it's just on in the background all the time. And it occurred to me, and it never had before, that he's never approached by a man. You know, he's only approached by women. Now, admittedly, we only actually see him talk to the one woman who explains what's going on with the Horgon. And I'm trying to think if he says that she's like, whatever, the fifth person to talk to him. I don't remember if he says person or woman, but if it had been made today,
oh yeah, totally,
that would have been in there.
Yeah.
There'd be all sorts of flirting with all sorts of people.
Maybe there are different Horgons that tell you what kind of people should approach you, and Riker told him to get a specific, showed him a hollow. You need to get a Horgon. It looks like this. So he went to the Horgon shop.
Yeah, like the Horgon with your pronouns printed on it and your sexual orientation and your gender identity and all sorts of... Horgons could get very complicated.
If the left arm is up, then you're interested in women. If the right arm is up, you're interested in men. If it's two arms up, then you'll take either. If no arms are up, then...
Did you know what?
Self-pleasure.
It'd been easier just to replicate a bunch of multicoloured solo cups. You could have whatever colour you want. Apparently that's a thing which I've never experienced. So
wait, I haven't heard of this.
So
must be a Scottish.
No,
thing.
it's an American thing. So parties.
Well, I've been out of the dating scene for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
I think red solo cups mean that you are looking for something quick and pleasurable, and there are different colours. So depending on what colour you choose, basically sends a message as to what you're looking for at the party. I think I've only ever seen it in a meme.
I can go to bed now.
No. Everybody remember that for April in Chicago. So that there's no inappropriate anything going on.
We'd have one of each colour.
Yeah, there you go.
Translucent.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about our guest stars here. Who do we have on this particular episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Do you know what I found out? See the woman in the bikini that comes to speak to him and explains what the Horgon is. She is Deirdre Immershine. She also played Watley in Deep Space Nine's Trials and Tribulations. Who, what's his face? Dr. Bashir thought might be his grandmother.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So, I knew.
No one ever met my grandfather.
That's true, yeah.
That's funny.
Joke's on you when you get back to Deep Space Nine and see that I was never born. I love that.
Yeah, I do love that too.
We've got Max Grodenchik, or Grodenchik. I can never say his name properly. How do you say his name?
It's Grodenchik.
Grodenchik, okay.
As far as I know. Yeah.
Rom, yes.
Just say Rom.
Rom. We've got Rom in it. Yeah. So that's hugely important. We've also got the woman that plays Jennifer Hetrick, who plays Vash.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who, is she maybe in like 5 episodes?
She comes back once more on TNG and once on...
only 3 times,
DS9.
okay.
3, yeah.
I'm not a great Vash fan, I will say that.
I get what they were going for with the character. They wanted somebody who could stand up to Picard, but who he would also be interested in. And I think she does a nice job of playing that. But I don't think it's a character you would want around more than she shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we see that later.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of... I don't want to say she's the anti-Beverly Crusher.
But she is.
There's not... yeah. In a lot of ways. Yeah.
So, who we don't have in this episode are Wesley and Geordi. They're nowhere to be found in this episode at all. Data is there, but he doesn't say a thing. He's just sitting at the con. So, this is very much a Patrick Stewart-focused episode, right?
Absolutely. What I did notice, see the guy that's sitting at the helm, he's wearing a Season 2 uniform. It jumped right.
They do that. They did that a lot in Season 3. I think they still had all those uniforms. We might as well use them.
I think it just jumped out at me because I was watching for podcasting purposes. And I mean, I was focused on details. I don't think I've ever noticed it before. I was like, that's the wrong uniform. Get back to your quarters and change, mister. That's last year.
I don't think they don't seem to care what people are wearing that much, do they?
Well, there's options.
Yeah.
It could have been in a scan.
He could have.
It's always a good option.
If it's warm enough.
Do you know what I find that regardless what the weather like, it's like I'm always good in shorts. It's like my legs don't get cold. Upper body, arms, head get freezing, but my legs, it could be the middle of winter, it could be minus 297 degrees Celsius, and my legs would be fine.
Wow.
That's below absolute zero, isn't it?
I know, but it's also what
I think
Geordi says in the Royale.
Well,
living in Michigan, I know a lot of people like that, and I think you're all crazy.
I was going to say the same thing. I live in central Ontario. I know people who wear shorts all year round.
I'm quite happy being crazy. So
6-foot snowbanks in shorts.
Eh?
It's bracing. It's
It
bracing.
works. You're not hurting anybody except yourself if you get cold.
Yeah.
Exactly.
lose
Not mine
a
to
leg
say.
to frostbite. It's
Yeah.
your own fault.
Exactly. That's we have free healthcare here. People don't care.
Same.
You lucky buggers.
So why don't we move on and talk a little bit about importance to Star Trek canon? I think there's quite a few things here, actually. One is Vash, who we just mentioned, comes back 2 more times.
Yep.
This is the first appearance of the planet Risa.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Risa becomes a planet that we hear about many, many times going forward. In fact, in the episode where Worf and Jadzia go to Risa, they tried to make the instructions to the set crew said make it look like Picard's quarters when he went to Risa. So
cool.
yeah. So
Makes sense.
Risa has become an ongoing sort of pleasure planet. When else do we see it? They talked about it in Enterprise, so chronologically it comes before, but in the weird series, and also on Picard, they talked about Risa at one point too, and I think wasn't there a mention of Risa in the 31st Century Discovery episodes?
Oh, I don't know.
Wasn't
interesting?
There... Maybe.
So,
possibly.
So Risa has become a pretty important planet.
Can I defend Worf for a little minute? You know, Worf gets lots of flack for kind of trying to make the Federation kind of wake up and put his big boy pants on and get people all war ready. And he disrupts the weather net and makes it rain and stuff and just causes minor inconvenience to a bunch of people. I'm going to defend him. I'm not going to defend Picard in Captain's Holiday. Picard punched a guest and then threw a phaser into the bushes that any young child could find.
Yeah.
And that's just an accident waiting to happen. I've got more of a problem with what Picard did.
Do you bring children to a place where Horgons are available?
Good point.
It's the 24th century. I don't know. Do they have like a family area?
I don't want to know.
No, like if you go to a resort in Cancun, then you've got like the family hotels, and they'll have a wee side bit for couples only, which are much better places to go because kids are horrendous things.
Well, I'm sure that's your teacher.
Yeah, when I go on holiday, I want to get away from them. Yep.
It does bother me that he just tossed the phaser over the wall. It's like, not just children, anybody could find that. You're not supposed to have them there.
Yeah.
Is it a disposable phaser?
Well, like made it out of origami
by Kodak. Yeah.
It's biodegradable. Plus,
he could have used it later, which is another thing, but it's fine. As for him punching the Sobak,
Rom,
well, he had a gun pointed at him, so I think punching is.
Oh no, he didn't have a gun at that point. Picard had taken the gun.
But he had up until a moment prior.
True. Okay. Yeah, I can just imagine the scene where some kind of rising bird of prey swoops down and picks up the phaser, and while it's in its claws, it's just accidentally pulling the trigger, shooting the place up down below, killing billions of risings. It's not looking good for good old Jean-Luc.
Yeah. Maybe that's what happened in the Dominion War. Because didn't Risa get pretty badly damaged?
Maybe it's that big rising rooster that stole the phaser that deterred the Jem'Hadar. I think so.
Any other importance to Star Trek canon here?
I'm going to go totally off the wall.
Uh-oh.
This is something I had not thought of until watching it this time. Again, not having it on as background. Could the Taxutat have been used to stop the Romulan supernova?
Oh. Yes.
I have no idea.
Yes.
But yeah, it seemed like it could have been. And there's another layer of guilt for Picard having destroyed it.
Should have kept it.
Yeah. Of course, they know where it is, and if he'd thought of it, they could have time traveled, got it, and then used it, and then put it back. Maybe.
I don't know why we watch this rubbish. It's full of plot holes.
How dare they not think of a plot line from 30 years later? You're right.
Yeah.
Will we see the aliens again in Discovery? Because Discovery's in the future. I know it's the 27th century and Discovery's in the 31st, so
31st, yeah.
A bit later,
well,
but
they're around.
Do you want to say about canon? I don't think this is really that important to canon at all.
No.
We see Vash a couple of times, and then it's definitely a standalone episode. We get introduced to a new character, and then it gets everything resets. It's just that excuse for Captain Picard to go on holiday and have sex with a woman.
Yeah, I think Patrick Stewart wanted to be involved in some action, and so that's why this episode came up, right?
Yeah. Sounds about right. I'm going to buy that. On Chrissie, I know you mentioned that earlier. Anything we say on Galaxy Class becomes canon. It's it's a thing we do.
All right. Well,
say anything
then Picard knowingly did not use the Taxutat And he let the Romulans all die.
He's an evil man. It's because he's
Uh-huh.
bald. It's because he's bald, see? Untrustworthy.
Never trust a bald man, is that what you're
I
saying?
think so. Well,
Okay.
you're only half trustworthy, Kevin.
Keeping what I got. Well, I think that's a nice discussion of Captain's Holiday. Shall we move on to Dark Page?
Yes.
Ooh.
Right, Dark Page. So, one of the few episodes of Star Trek that has the capacity to bring me to tears.
Mm-hmm.
That's a heavy one. So, Loxana's on the Enterprise with this group of telepaths who only ever speak to each other telepathically. They've never encountered anybody else, so they never had to learn how to talk. And so she's teaching them so that they can converse with other Federation members and maybe become part of the Federation. They're the Cairn?
The Cairn, yeah.
I neglected to write that down. Cairn, yeah. And there's a little girl with them, Kristen Dunst.
Hedril.
Yeah, Hedril. And apparently this is enough to trigger Loxana's repressed memories of her own daughter. Of course, though, for the first part of the episode, we think that Hedril's father is, like, screwing with her brain. Which I had forgotten about that as well until watching this again today, because it does look like there's something malicious going on at first until they realize that it's not, and I think that's a nice little twist.
Yeah, I love that about this episode.
It's his jaw. His jaw
So
is
then-
terrifying. The actor guy.
His jaw?
His jaw,
Okay.
it's like carved out of marble. Go and look at images of his jaw.
Okay.
It's an impressive jaw.
The guy is a little... I don't know. He seemed like... The expressions on his face didn't always match what he was talking about, and I wonder if maybe that was the makeup, or if he was actually intending that.
I thought that was...
right, so
sorry, Chrissy. I thought that was just his
No, go ahead.
confusion with the language, and he was constantly trying to get the correct word because he was new to the spoken word. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, that gives the actor more credit and makes sense. We'll
I
go with
thought he
that.
played it beautifully. If you're a person who's just started using words for the first time, how do you act that? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that enough. Anyway, so right. So then they're in the Arboretum, and Loxana collapses. Of course, prior to this, she had been bothering Deanna about getting married, which Deanna didn't really think anything of, because when does she not bother Deanna about getting married? Mm-hmm. She went off on Riker.
Oh, she did.
Because, that's, yeah. It was his fault that she wasn't married. I wonder if he brought that up again later. After.
I don't think so. I think...
Just at
I
a
think
family
Deanna explained the situation. Riker was like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I felt really, really
I was being terrible.
horrible for him because it's in the middle of a very busy 10 forward.
Yeah.
And he's kind of being
Yeah.
accused of something. Do you know what I mean? He's being accused of harming Deanna in some way. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah. So then they figure out that she has these repressed memories, in part because the Cairn talked to Deanna about the fact that she has this darkness in her that she doesn't even want to access. So it's not just private thoughts. And then he helps Deanna get into Loxana's head, and we find out after various interruptions, including her father and Captain Picard and a wolf, that all of this is because she doesn't want to remember her daughter, who she feels guilty about having died, because it's that thing of, I turned my back for a moment, and then the worst thing that could happen happened, and she never properly dealt with it. She ignored it, or repressed it, not ignored it. And then it ends with Deanna saying, "Tell me about my sister." And 30 years from now, I'm going to name my daughter after her. We'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good summary. It could just, for the record, they're called the Cairn.
Cairn, yeah.
Or we're saying it's the accent being lost in translation thing. It sounds like you're saying that they're the Karens, so they're a group of angry American women. They want to speak to the manager. The Cairn.
I don't use... Oh, go ahead.
What does Cairn mean? Like cairn's a
cairn?
Gaelic word, isn't it?
Isn't that similar? Isn't that like a stash of food?
I thought a cairn was more like
a stack of rocks.
Like a monument. A stack, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I suppose you would stack rocks up to signify that somebody was buried.
Or a marker for travel.
Which is maybe is there something in the name of the species? Because Loaxana had buried the memories.
Ooh.
And they were called the cairn, which is like a monument to the dead.
I like that.
Ooh.
It's now canon, because we've said it.
There we go.
Now, I had some thoughts about the cairn as I was watching this. So they are a totally telepathic race, right? They don't have words at all. Yet, and Loaxana says that they telepathically send images, not words. And yet they all had names. Like, what is a hedral? Like, if you were I guess, like, if you were telepathically, you and I were telepathically communicating, Joe, and we only communicated with telepathy, if I wanted to get your attention, I would probably broadcast an image of you, not your name, because why would you need a name if we're... there are just some little inconsistencies with the... Like, words came about because people make sounds, right? And so, you know... if these people never made sound, they had to have electronic vocal implants to make words. How would you know that your daughter's name was Hedril? Instead of just having an image of Hedril in your head when you are talking about her to someone else.
That's a very good point. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah. No, I think that you need names to facilitate communication with non-telepathic species. True. So maybe the first step in this was that they chose names.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
interesting. It was just a thought I hadn't thought of that. I was watching. Like, why? How can they have a name that's a word if they didn't have words before Loaxana came along?
But where did they get the words? Like hedral? Where does that word come from?
Or even cairn, for that matter.
Say then their names were images of things from around their planet. Like, so they communicated this word to Loaxana, and Loaxana gave them the English.
It was just something I thought of while I was watching. And like, is there another thing that's called a hedral? But the only thing that comes up when you Google the word hedral is shapes. Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Or like I'm thinking like octahedral or tetrahedral. Now the suffix on shapes.
That was just something I thought of. It does not take away from the effectiveness of this episode in any way, I don't think. No. But it was just a little sort of niggly plot inconsistency that I thought of while I was watching.
Interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Maybe they associated with things on their planet, like natural names, and then like so then they could show Loaxana a picture of a type of bird, and she could be like, "Oh, that's like the bird on this planet. That's called a hedral."
That's what I was thinking.
Something like that.
It's got to be something like that.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about the guest stars here? It's really just the two, father and daughter, right? The images of Ian Troi.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Kirsten Dunst, like, this is like her first filmed anything. Like, this is her first appearance.
Wow,
one of them.
I knew it was early. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, she really, this really was one of her very first acting jobs.
I'm trying to remember. Was she the girl in Interview with the Vampire?
Her first acting debut was in a short film directed by Woody Allen in New York Stories. And her first credited role in a film was in Bonfire of the Vanities. She played Tom Hanks's daughter.
Okay.
She was, I mean, her credits are huge, right? Interview with the Vampire after that, Little Women, Jumanji, Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man?
Wasn't she in Am I confusing her with somebody else? Wasn't she in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans?
Maybe.
Yes, she was Mary Jane in Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
I've been talking away, saying yes, she was in an interview with the vampire. Yes, she was in Spider-Man, and you guys keep on ignoring me. But I realised my mic's muted.
I couldn't
My
hear
mic
you.
was
I'm
muted.
sorry. Oh, well, that's why.
It's like, why aren't they listening to me? I'm making very valid points.
Very, very valid.
Yeah.
Okay. Having just pulled up the Google like interview with the vampire, there she is. Okay. So, and that was only a couple years after this.
Yes.
So that was maybe why it came to mind. But yeah, so yeah, Kirsten Dunst.
This guy with the jaw,
The guy with the jaw.
Yep.
who is... Oh, I can't find him now. Oh yeah, he's been in a ton of TNG.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he was Neral in Unification, TNG.
Oh,
and then
yes.
same character in a
Oh.
bunch of Deep Space Nine. He played in the Campan in Voyager, and Akazon Nistrum in State of Flux,
Oh, wow.
and also
I remember him as the Ocampa, but wow, he's Neural. That's really
it's
cool.
the jaw.
Okay.
The jaw. It gives it away.
It didn't for that, for me, but that's all right.
He also played a Veterian captain in Duet and Second Skin in Deep Space Nine.
Oh, wow. So he's done a lot of
Yeah.
Star Treks.
Okay, you know what? Looking at the picture of Neural next to Maquiz, I can see,
Yep.
but wow, I would not have guessed that was the same actor.
No.
Cool.
No. It's amazing what makeup can do.
So yeah,
Amazing.
down the rabbit hole.
Uh-huh. And then, of course, Majel Barrett. You can't talk
Yeah.
about this episode without Majel Barrett. Is this her best performance on Star Trek? Perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe the Deep Space Nine one where she's stuck with Worf in the turbo lift. And she takes
Odo.
Who did I say? I can't remember his.
You said Worf.
Oh yeah, with Odo, and she takes her wig off. She
Oh, that's a good one,
exposes
too.
herself. I think maybe more so than she does in this episode, even though this is truly heart wrenching in Dark Page.
Yeah.
She really shows
good.
the breadth of her character here, though, for sure. I mean, and we had started to see that in her last appearance, which was
Half a Life.
Half a Life, yes.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's very interesting that we don't see a serious side to Loxana until after Roddenberry's died. And I wonder if there
I
was
never put
any
that
reason
together.
for that. Yeah. Just, putting it out there.
Did
Did either of you ever get the chance to see Majel at a convention?
No.
did not.
I used to go to, there was a fan run convention called Toronto Trek, and I used to go every year. And there was one year when somebody had to cancel at the last minute, but Majel was one of the guests there, and she just got on the phone and called people and said, "We need somebody else in Toronto. Can you come?" And she's just, what you saw of her on screen was what you got. Like, she really was that sort of warm, caring person.
Yeah.
She's wonderful to see.
Yeah.
Do you think the point, which had never occurred to me either, the point about being a better character, I suppose, after Gene Roddenberry's death, do you think that's because Gene Roddenberry wanted everything to be utopian?
Well, that shift is obvious. I didn't say she was necessarily a better character, although I think it is, but that she's more dramatic. She doesn't get anything serious until
Yeah, you're right.
just, But yeah, she gets rounded out.
We like her later on,
Yeah,
and she irritates us earlier on.
but she's supposed to.
Interesting. The episode opened with her conversation with Picard, and Picard is still trying to get away from her, but the conversation that they're having doesn't suggest any reason why he should be, because she's not She's not all over him. She's not out to get him. She's having a normal conversation about her work that she has done with these people. And yet Picard still feels uncomfortable. I guess it's because he's had all these run-ins with her up till now. But he was there when Half a Life happened and saw the growth and change in her. And I felt a little bad for her in that moment, that Picard is still trying to back off from her when she's having a normal conversation with him.
You think?
And even Deanna she purposely came in late from the party to avoid seeing her mother.
You'd think being the captain
I didn't read that, but okay.
No.
You'd think being the captain of the flagship, you would treat your guests and dignitaries and Federation ambassadors with a bit more tolerance. See, Picard's just a terrible human being.
Which we established in Captain's Holiday, right?
Right, yeah.
She's the reason Captain Picard went on holiday in the first place.
Oh, that's true. I didn't make that connection.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's right, because Deanna uses that to get him to go. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I never really thought about that, because the way he's reacting is exactly how you expect him to react, because it always is, how he has reacted with her. But it's not context appropriate.
No.
Yeah. So maybe we'll just say nobody's perfect, and everybody has somebody that puts their teeth on edge, and it doesn't matter what they're saying to them. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, any other guest stars we need to talk about in this episode? We did see Troi's father for the only time here.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't even really her father. It was a mental image that Lwaxana had created to try to stop her from getting any farther, really.
Mm-hmm.
We see a photograph. We can assume the photograph is...
Yeah. So, let's talk about our final category, which is importance to Star Trek as a whole. What do we think here?
For me, it's more important than Captain's Holiday. Because...
Oh, no question.
Yeah. Obviously, is of Picard, and we see that the Troys have a daughter called Kestra, named after Deanna's deceased sister. And was their son who died? Did they name them after her dad?
No,
that was the
son
one
was
in the
named
child.
after a Riker ancestor.
Ah, okay.
Thaddeus.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's in the child that she names,
of course,
the star baby.
Yeah.
Ian Andrew. Yeah.
So yeah, much more important. Plus, you've got Lwaxana, and she's now, since Half-Life, starting to grow on us, and we like her. And she's got a serious storyline. She's got gravitas, and she's got some endearing qualities. So yeah, very important. Well, no, not very important. I think they're both kind of standalone episodes, but there's slightly more importance to canon for Dark Page.
I don't think Dark Page is as standalone as Captain's Holiday is, because if you don't know Lwaxana, then you don't know why they realize that something is wrong, because you don't know that she's normally Lwaxana.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always seem to look at this category as, what does this episode do to affect what's coming next? Where instead we need to take a look at this episode and say, how does this episode work if we don't know what's come before, right? So this is a culmination of Lwaxana. This is we've taken all this baggage we've had with this character from early season 1, and we're now here mid season 7, and this is where we end up with her. I think it's important to canon in that way, to show that kind of character growth.
So does her outgoing personality and all those things that we found her annoying for, are they explained by the fact that she's covered up these memories and she's just tried to fill her life with being over the top and very bright and bubbly and the centre of attention?
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It's like going on a 3-month bender when something bad happens.
It's also the reason she calls Deanna Little One, because she was the little sister.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, she calls Kestra Precious One, and I get the impression that the pet name for each.
That's a good point. It's all the little details.
Oh, I don't know. We would have to know how she acted before. You know, if she was that flamboyant and Lwaxana like prior.
Because we only ever hear about her as far back as Deanna's like 16th birthday party, and Lwaxana turns up in some kind of outrageous outfit. Does she not?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what episode it's in. But
The wig with the bird in the hole?
No, I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I don't think it is. I think Lwaxana stole all the attention from Deanna at her party.
That's right, yeah.
But all the detail escapes me.
I don't remember that.
But that's long after Kestra's died.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was thinking she's pretty flamboyant in Peter David Zimzadi too, but of course that's long after as well.
Okay. We'll never know.
I like too that
Trek people, get on this. Maybe we can see maybe a young Lwaxana Troi's mother on Strange New Worlds.
we've got 2 other Majel Barrett characters on that show. Why not a third?
Well, it couldn't be her, but maybe her mother, or you can see flamboyant, whatever. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Who are they? I thought there were 3 characters.
3.
We're getting number 1.
Oh, are you counting the computer
Yeah.
voice? Oh, okay.
Ship's character.
Yeah, no,
True.
I'll give you that.
Nurse Chapel, number 1, and the computer. Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, maybe they will go to Beta Z on that show. It would be a Strange New World. We've never actually had an episode set on Beta Z, have we?
Part of Menage a
Yeah,
Troi,
they have the picnic.
but that's it.
That's right.
We've seen that much of it.
The other nice thing about this episode, too, is that we've taken a character that we've known for 7 years at this point and learned something new about them.
Yes.
That doesn't happen very often. And it was good to see. I think it's really well written, this episode. Beautifully done.
One thing I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. One thing I've always found interesting about this episode was the question of when she started erasing everything. And I looked up today after I watched it, because I was like, well, when did Ian die in relation to this? And I know, because Deanna says she's 7, but I looked it up as I was watching it, so I hadn't gotten to that yet. But so Kester dies in 2336. Ian dies in 2343. I have to wonder if it wasn't until after his death that she wiped everything out. Because I can't imagine that he would have wanted that. And I can't imagine that he would have, I don't want to say stood for that, because that makes it sound not what it is, but you know, that he would have let her do that. And that then led me to wonder how long it had been since he'd been home before his death, because Deanna remembers him, but it seems like if there were pictures of this other little girl around the house, particularly with the family, wouldn't she remember seeing those?
Yeah.
So there's a whole other story here about how Ian and Lwaxana dealt with this that could be told. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. I bet somebody has written fan fiction. I bet it's out there somewhere.
I'm sure. And I wonder if that caused conflict between them, and that maybe he wasn't home as much. Maybe he stayed out on assignment longer. And
Interesting.
and maybe she has guilt about his death as well, because he was out because he didn't want to come home.
She deletes 7 years worth of logs, doesn't she? Which corresponds to the length of time between Kestra's death and Ian's death.
Yeah.
So I think you might be right in thinking that she deletes them after he dies. Because it's just more trauma, and she has to get rid of her. Just get rid of that and bury it deeply.
No, wait. The 7 years are the years Kestra's alive. It starts.
Oh, she
gap
deletes it after. She deletes it after Deanna's born. That's right.
It's from. Yeah, it's that 7 years leading into when Deanna's just a few months old.
I suppose it's an easy job to delete your journal, isn't it? Just say computer delete journal for the past 7 years while Ian's on board a ship somewhere. And it's like your personal diary, so it'd be your right to delete it.
Oh, certainly, yeah. No question on that. But, you know, I'm just wondering if you know, he cleared the door to go on assignment and she started taking all the pictures down and, you know, that kind of thing. And then Mr. Holmes saved, at least the one that we know of. So he was around for that. And he doesn't talk, but he never said anything.
But Deanna spoke
Which is
to him.
interesting, too.
Like, Deanna and Captain Picard are talking in her quarters, and she's spoken to all her friends, the Betazoid government, Mr. Holm, even though he doesn't speak, and Mr. Holm hasn't said anything. So, was this maybe before Mr. Holm worked with family? I don't know.
She says at the end that Mr. Holm kept this picture, thinking you'd want to remember her. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he was there for the event. Although he would have had to come in shortly thereafter to have known about it. Yeah,
to have understood why it's important to keep that one picture.
Yeah.
Lots of questions.
Yes.
We don't get a lot of Star Trek episodes about grief and family trauma.
No.
And this is one of those.
Yeah.
I guess in a way...
that goes...
No, go ahead.
Sorry. That goes to Roddenberry, too, because remember, he was saying about how the children on the Enterprise would not be concerned if their parents died, because they would understand. And there would be mechanisms to deal with it.
The only other episode that I can think of of Next Generation that deals with this sort of family issues is Family, the Picard brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't go as deep as this does.
No.
Well, there's the other one where the wee boy's mum dies and Worf blames himself.
Oh, yes.
And he takes on Data's personality. Can't remember that one. Hero Worship?
Yeah. Hero Worship, yeah. Well, I think that's a good place to leave this discussion of Dark Page. And because it really is a dark page, it is a very apt title here. So why don't we move on and talk about the vote here. So I will say thank you to everybody who took part in the online poll on the Federation Council Chamber. We did get, the last time I checked, there were 11 votes there, and there is a clear winner. You can go and check that out right now if you want to see all of the comments we got. So why don't we just go through? I did pull some of the best ones, and if we'll just mention some of the comments that our listeners left. So why don't we go Joe, then Chrissy, then me, and we'll just go down the list here. Okay.
Jim Stoffel votes for Dark Page, Loaxana Troi's best episode, Magel's best acting of her career. Up till this point, I assume.
Let's see. Danny Galea says Dark Page, the only Loaxana story where the writers gave her some dramatic scenes and developed her past the painfully bad comic relief scripts. Yeah, except for Half a Life.
Half a Life, right. Yeah. Mark White said Captain's Holiday is a much more fun watch. I watched Trek to escape the negative, depressing world. Also, Vash is introduced in this one. I vote Captain's Holiday.
Mark, you're dead to me.
Wasn't a
you
shutout.
Can't like Vash. Sorry. Karen Burke says this is a hard one. Serious versus lighthearted. This is a hard one. Serious versus lighthearted. I have to vote Dark Page because it was such a good story and well acted by Majel Barrett. I'm also not a big fan of the Picard Vash pairing. I didn't think she was his type. Agreed, Karen.
Yeah. Josh Brewington says Captain's Holiday is not the better episode, but I always remember it when someone brings it up, so it gets my vote.
Do you know what, Josh? You're right. I cannot remember Dark Page. You'd say the name Dark Page, and I'm like, no, late on, don't know it. Captain's Holiday, and know it instinctively.
Kirsty Keene said Dark Page, not even a question. That's not to say that I dislike Captain's Holiday. It just isn't a patch on Dark Page. So, why don't we take our vote here now?
Let's.
Chrissy, would you like to do the honors and cast the first vote here?
Yes. Given the... that's what I'm looking for. Given the classifications around what's supposed to be the best episode by the Batleth Battle rules, okay, it has to be Dark Page. Because there is far too much importance to everything that happens later. And like you said earlier, there is context with what happened before. Now, if you were to ask me which one I'll watch, just throwing something on, it's not going to be Dark Page. Because it's sad. But in terms of, like, if you had to take one out of the Star Trek canon, as it were, you can't take Dark Page out and not lose something.
Right.
Chrissy, you don't have to use our voting criteria. If you come up with your own thing, we're okay with that.
No, you have to use consistent voting criteria. Otherwise, it's not...
This isn't a democracy. It's just like, we're more of an anarchy.
So, Joe, what does your vote go for?
Inner Light. No.
Inner Light.
I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I would much rather...
Would you like me to vote so you can either break the tie or just go along with the majority? I can go first.
I would throw on Captain's Holiday, and I know it inside out. And Dark Page isn't so familiar to me. So... But Dark Page is the more heart-wrenching story, and Majel Barrett plays Lwaxana really well.
There are super important episodes of Trek that I will not choose to watch if I'm not needing to. This one, The Visitor. I'm sure there's others I can't think of because I don't watch them on a regular basis. But yeah, the one where Dax dies.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if that's influenced you at all, Joe. I just was trying to
see you. I can see it. Close my eyes and I can see it.
Don't do that.
It's horrible.
Don't do that.
I am going to... Do you know my instinct?
Go with your gut.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go, and my instinct is to vote Captain's Holiday. Yeah,
okay.
Just because...
Right.
Yeah, oh, I'm annoyed. Yeah.
If your instinct annoys you, then that's like that thing where you go, if you toss the coin and it comes up the opposite, and then you should go with the other.
I know.
So maybe if you're annoyed with it, you feel like it should be Dark
True.
Page.
I don't know. I think it's going to be Dark Page anyway, isn't it? I think Kevin's going to vote Dark Page. But I don't know.
I do love Dark Page. And while Captain's Holiday is a fun romp, like that both of you said, you can put on any time and watch because it's just fun. I'm going to vote for Dark Page. And not just because Amy would kill us if we didn't vote a Troi episode ahead. Could you imagine if we voted down Dark Page?
We'd no longer be podcasters.
Because I think really this is... We didn't talk about this, but this is the episode where we learned the most about the Troi family of any episode too. So for that reason as well, and for Majel Barrett's bravura performance, I just wanted to say the word bravura. I don't get to use it very often. I'm going to vote for Dark Page. I will also let you know that in the tally of the 11 votes that I saw the last time I checked the poll, it was 9-2 for Dark Page from the listeners. So
I don't feel so bad voting for Captain's Holiday now. I'm quite secure in my vote. I'm glad I wanted Dark Page to win, but I really enjoy Captain's Holiday. So I think I rationalised it by thinking, okay, Kevin and Chrissy will vote Dark Page, and I'm okay to vote for the one I enjoy more, because Dark Page is difficult to watch. So yeah, I'm secure, secure in my vote.
It's a vote for Nader in a solid gore state, right? 20 years ago.
Oh, the mind I'm from a foreign land.
Just no, I said that, then I realized I'm like, you two probably don't follow American politics from 20 years ago, so never mind.
I live in Canada. We get all
Right.
of your news.
Well, we only followed American politics from 2016 to 2020. In the wonder years of American politics, where every day was another barrage of tweets, like, what has he said now? So,
and you guys probably didn't even know that we had a national election here last week.
I did know that. I was following that, but I'm a political junkie, so I probably am not the average there.
It was a pointless election. We ended up with the same parliament we had before the election was called. It's exactly
minus one supporter of the guy who called the election. Yeah. Beautiful.
So was this like a general election kind of thing? So for like, and Justin Trudeau, his party,
he called the election thinking that he could get a majority, and he didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dicey. Where do you stand on the whole Justin Trudeau?
I don't mind him.
Okay.
He's done some shady stuff, but what politician hasn't?
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should not talk about Canadian politics anymore. Let's talk about what's going forward. So, Dark Page does win the Batleth battle. It will move ahead in the next round, and like we've said before, because of the way that the bracket system works, there were a lot of episodes got buys, so it will be facing off against the episode Brothers in the next round when it does get there. Eventually.
Was that data lore?
That's going to be tough.
Should be interesting. Okay. But the next Batleth battle itself is actually going to be The Survivors, which is season 3, episode 3. That's Kevin and Rashawn Uxbridge on the planet.
The great and powerful Kevin, yeah.
And Reunion, season 4, episode 7.
I know The Survivors instinctively. I can see like immediate screen caps from it in my brain. Reunion, nah, don't know.
Wow.
No,
really?
you'll say one word and I'll get it. And it'll come flooding back. What is Reunion about?
Yes, Reunion is
that's the death of Kalar.
Yes.
Do you know what? That's why, because like Klingon stories kind of bored me for the longest time. I was like, oh, it's a Klingon story. Oh, we're at Kronos. Okay. Ugh.
First appearance of Alexander.
Ugh.
Yes.
Okay, now I get it.
Well, that's what's coming next. If you want to sign yourself out for that episode, Joe, we can.
No, it's fine. I can vote for The Survivors.
It does have the best Worf one-liner, which is the good tea, nice house. So
yes,
there's that going for it.
It does have that.
But Reunion, is that the one with Kalar in that red jumpsuit with the gold metallic bits on it?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I want one of those for Halloween.
I do love Susie Plex.
And the people, Kevin's people show up in Titan novels later, so there's that.
The Who's Knock.
On the big scary ship. Who aren't really... They aren't really there. It's just a projection of Kevin's mind, isn't it?
Incoming transmission.
Anyway, let's move on. So we would love to hear your thoughts about today's show, and we hope that you will join the Federation Council Chambers on Facebook. You are welcome to start conversations with us or add any general Star Trek info you want to share with the group.
All right, and if you'd like to send Galaxy Class an email, you can email at galaxyclass@ufp.earth, and you might get your email read on the show.
Yeah, Chrissie, that's not happening. It's not a might, it's a definite. We're going to read your email on the show.
Oh, okay.
Please email us, people. Please, we're lonely.
The text says might, so I was going...
And we haven't changed the text yet.
We don't get a lot of emails on Infinite Diversity either. It's okay.
Please hit the subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a star rating and written review. That helps others to find the show. You can also follow the entire network's podcast with our master feed. Kevin, why did you give me a big long thing to read? I'm not well.
I didn't know you were sick at the time.
You can also follow the entire network's podcast with our master feed by searching United Federation of Podcasts. This way you won't miss any of our fine shows like All Good Things, Franchise Fatigue, Always Hold On to Arrow, History with the Szilagyi, which our guest Chrissie hosts, Mickey's Marvels, Infinite Diversity, which Chrissie also hosts, and Sasquatch. So, Chrissie, where can people find you when... where can people find you when you're sunbathing in inflatable swimwear?
With a book. I would be that person that would just be sitting there reading, saying, "You're blocking the sun, go away." Yes. Well, as you mentioned, you can find me on 2 other shows here on the UFP network, Infinite Diversity and History with the Szilagyi. And of course, History with the Szilagyi. You only hear me half the time. The other half of the time is my fellow historian husband, Jason. And I'm also happy to chat about any of our shows in the Federation Council Chambers on Facebook. And last but not least, I am on Twitter at The Goddess Livia. That's TheGoddessLivia, where I tweet about Star Trek history and leftist politics. So, Kevin, where can people find you when you're not looking for instances to insert the word bravura into things?
Oh, I'm going to use the word bravura as much as I can from now on. When I am doing that, you can find me on the Council Chambers, on Facebook, on a couple of other podcasts I do off the network, which are True North Nerds and Stage Whispers, the local theater podcast, if you care about theater in Central Ontario. We've just decided we're changing our format up a little bit on that show, so stay tuned for some excitement there.
Cool.
And Joe, what about you? Where can we find you when you are inserting your image-based telepathic thoughts into people's heads randomly?
I'm glad you went somewhere else with that. Do you know what? See about the Betazoids? Now they got invaded by the Jem'Hadar during the Dominion War. I think that's what they would do. They would run around and telepathically kind of feed the Jem'Hadar misinformation and make them feel trapped in coffins and stuff. I think they'd be a really good combat force. There should be a Betazoid militia, I think. But when I'm not inserting my thoughts elsewhere, you can...
Thoughts?
Yes. You can email me, joepodcasts@gmail.com, or tweet me on the Twitter at joeyjoe77uk, or you can find me on the Federation Council Chambers.
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
If you'd like to help us keep all our shows coming to you each week, you can become a patron of the network on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/UFPearth. That's patreon.com/UFPEARTH to get all the details. Thanks to our network associate producer, Davey Willett, or David as it's written here, but I know he is Davey, for supporting us through Patreon.
And we would also like to recognize our executive producers for the whole network, Brandon Shea-Mutala, Ken Tripp, Zach Moore, and Tony Robinson. And Zach Tripp is the one who does the wonderful music for the opening and closing of this show and many others on the network. And Tony Robinson is also responsible for all of the great artwork on our shows as well. So they get special shout-outs.
So thank you for beaming aboard the Galaxy class. And until next time...
Initiate Transporter Code 14.
Peace and long life, as we say on Infinite Diversity.
I do not care for telepaths. They make me uneasy.
Engage.
This has been a production of MTMR Media Works.